Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mask of the Rose. We're going to start off as we always do, recalling the past. I reach for another memory out of that jumbled grab bag. Right, what are the options? I saw something in the corner of the basement. Constable Harjit checked on us that night, but I can't really remember. It's what do we see in the corner of the basement? I remember waking up in the night and seeing that there was a new rat hole in the basement wall. And as I lay there, gazing at it, there came something slick and writhing from that hole. It felt about the floor of the basement and wrapped itself around a lump of coal, finding nothing else handy. But that displeased it, it seems, because it dropped the lump again and withdrew. When I summoned the courage to look into the hole, I saw nothing, and I could not be sure that I saw it truly. Ooh, served an eldritch purpose. I'm sure that sums up the motives of at least some people we know. Well, let's head outside. We do have quite a lot of money. I'm wondering if we can use that somewhere. I guess Oxlane Market would be a good place to go. The only place that has an exclamation mark, though, is the boarding house. Build my friendship with Horatia. See whether Horatia needs anything. Build my friendship with Grizz. See if she needs anything. Build my friendship with Archie. See whether Archie needs anything. Discuss theories of ministry misbehavior with Archie. We do that. Let's do that. Let's discuss theories of ministerial misbehavior with Archie. The badge will eliminate any expectation of a social visit, at any rate. Maybe we should take that off. Let's take off the badge. We're not on duty right now. Go with the corsage. You have the tailor's apron. I don't know how that's going to help me that much. Let's go for the black coat when we're going to see Archie. That'll do. I consider what impression this will make on Archie. Yeah, I'm satisfied. My lord, it's good to see you. We mentioned my fear of what's in the basement. Let's do that. The night of the fall, I saw, or dreamed, that a tentacled thing reached out of the hole in the wall, as if there were a vast creature living under the cellar. It was petrifying. I don't try to conceal that it was frightening. Archie listens, nodding. I have perhaps created some trust between us. I've not lost a patient today. And there's no one raven and in need of confinement, so I'll count that to the good. Well, is that common? You meet a lot of patients like that? Aye, more than a few. It's the dreams that does it. They've been dreaming, they've been buried alive, often as not. There's a great run of that dream at the present. If you see folk heading off to the graveyard with shovels and pickaxes, that'd be what they're about, like enough. Wait, are people really digging up graves? There's really a great deal of digging up graves? Aye. They put the dead back after. And then, sometimes, go to dig them out again the next morning. Let's explain about Mr. Pages and the love stories. The Masters are gathering love stories. Or at least, Mr. Pages is. The others may be working on it as well. I wonder what the purpose of that might be. I suppose it puts us all at their mercy. But I would think there are easier ways. We already have our food. If they mean to starve us, they'd kill everyone's beloved anyhow. Or maybe they want the stories for themselves. As if London were a treasure house of a very peculiar kind. I have a friend in Fleet Street who'll want these. Pays good money for what he can print. I'll split the price between us. You won't mind me using the rest on medicines, I know. And it's not as though I could go to Archie's buyer myself, of course. No one speaks for a moment. Let's talk about his recollections and past. We turn the subject to how we each grew up. Archie tells stories as fragments, rather than as anecdotes. Not whole, stitched-up narratives of things that happened when he was a child or a young man, but impressions only. The quality of the light in the hills of his childhood, the smell of wet grass, the flavour of oats. Sometimes, with inquiry, he will go as far as to describe some habit he used to have. But the particular characters in his family, or the incidents of growing up, remain a little shadowy. Who'd you miss the most from the surface? Someone I loved? Someone I took care of? Or apologise for not wishing to speak of it? Let's go with someone I loved. It was a matter of the heart. And I suppose you've not heard from them. Archie listens without interruption while I talk about my memories. The things I remember acutely, and the ones I'd almost forgotten until this moment. Thank you for telling me. We each have our own losses. Archie and I should never be friends. No, my opinion is unchanged. Let's keep it like that. I shake my head to clear it. The ruminations are gone. All is as it was. Oh, we made some more money. I can just manage one more errand today before supper. What are our options? That's the real question. There doesn't appear to be anything new here. So, let's go to... We ask if somebody needs something. Let's see whether Horatia needs anything. Horatia doesn't attend much to what I wear. An indifference no doubt born of seeing us in all states. Yeah, let's just go dressed like this. I find Horatia in the basement, taking inventory of our supplies. Good afternoon, my lord. I trust you and your people are surviving. Let's bring up a recent memory of Horatia. I was just remembering how we sat the night of the fall, talking of the bats. You said they weren't so very bad. They're all God's creations. Though, for some of us, admittedly, I wonder if he didn't leave most of the work to an apprentice. Arjit says the Bessam's neighbours vanished overnight. They'd been talking of making a run for it, just striking out north and seeing what they found. Not enough to eat around here, it seems. I meant to ask you whether there's anything I can help you with. There are a few things. One's a kindness to all of the lodgers. One involves strange creatures. What was that about strange creatures? Strange creatures? I have a confession. I saw an enormous tentacle in the basement not so long ago. Oh my god, we weren't imagining things. Oh, that's terrifying. I didn't tell you and the others because I thought it might put you off the house. I know about it. Now I hear tell there's been a man made of tentacles seen, bold as brass. Heard it from a few sources beyond Mrs. Beesam's witterings. Lurking in the dark, where the caves have opened on the south bank. So, what's the problem? Not doing any harm, is it? Not yet, but give it time. I'm watching it like one of those birds with the beaks. It'll come to me. But there's one of me, and I daren't leave it alone too long. A couple of the neighbours have mentioned a sinkhole when they've stopped by for tea. Caves below the streets by the south bank. Movement in the depths, coils slithering in the gaslights. So it's not just us, it seems. Maybe there is a connection between the tentacles and the sinkholes. Stranger things have happened. Haven't they just? Mrs. Beesam came in for a chinwag on her day off yesterday. Said jewels had been spied falling from the roof. Naturally, she got there too late to see any herself. But she had a good look around the parlour before I saw her out. I don't know that there's a connection between our basement and these caves. But best be on your guard. Trouble comes from below down here. Learn about the origin of the tentacled creatures below. I really hope this is the rubbery men and not something else. If anyone knows the way to this place, it'll be Harjit. Something I need for dinner, if you'd be willing to go. Yeah, sure. Of course I will. Thank you. You're a kind soul. She rummages in a corner and returns with an ensemble of empty jars, which she piles into a bag for me. Take them to the market and get them filled, as many as you can. Oil first, then solids, whatever they've got. Don't let them sell you more than one jar of cricket flour. We can use it, but we don't go through much. As for the purple mushrooms, make sure they're dead. Don't accept the live ones. How will I know? If it jumps out of the jar, it's not dead. Blemigans, I assume. We eat blemigans? Oh my god. The trip takes a long time. Half the stalls are already empty. Half of the remaining stalls are not offering anything we'd want. But I finish Horatia's commission in the end. Horatia sets the dinner soon afterward. Let's just prepare for supper. There are a few minutes of preparation. I don't know where the others have got to. They do know when supper is served. Good evening. I'm looking for Archibald. Is he here? Archie? He's upstairs. Listen. Yes? I know all the old maps have been outlawed. But if you've come for his atlas, do you think you could leave it with him? It gives him a lot of comfort, remembering all those little villages in Scotland where his family used to live. Let's put in a good word for Archie's map collection. Yeah, leave Archie his maps. He's not doing any harm with them. That isn't why I'm here. Uh-oh, the flip book is out. We might be in trouble. Let them keep chatting over the matter. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, is it to do with his doctoring? I hope no one's too ill. I know Archie worries, trying to do a physician's work when he didn't finish his training. Does he often treat people? Let's explain that there are a lot of injuries around here. He treats lots of things. Broken bones, stomach complaints, nightmares. There was even some business with a tainted jar of honey, he said. Archie's had plenty to keep him occupied. He hasn't happened to treat a tall, young man that had lost his memory. No one like that. Have you ever known Archie to make mistakes? Prescribe the wrong dosage? Let's mention that he has an expertise in drugs and poisons. Can we leave out the bit at the end? Can we not say poisons? During his training, Archie made an extensive study of drugs and poisons. He's as good as a druggist. The basement is full of his concoctions. May I see them? No, absolutely not. No one can enter the basement but me. Of course, Archie chooses this moment to come down the stairs. Arjit, I hope you're well. I'm sorry, Archibald. I'm here in the line of duty. It's about David Landau. Oh, Rachel's brother? Did something happen to him? I only saw him today. Shortly after your visit, he died by poisoning. Died? The poor man. Let's worry over Rachel. You must be in a terrible state right now. Losing David so suddenly, without warning. The only close family she had left. May he rest peacefully. I'm sorry to have to bring you this news. Is Rachel alright? Is there anyone with her to protect the house? You said you were the last person to speak with David. The fatal dose must have come from you. I don't understand. There was an inquest, and the jury found against you. I'm here to arrest you for murder. Wait a moment. I knew it was just some time till Summit went awry. There's too many folks ill, and can I cure the whole town? Where are you going to take him, Arjun? Where are you taking Archie? Newgate Prison was destroyed in the fall. For the time being, prisoners are being held in the HMS Undulate. Sounds like a very insalubrious environment. Cold, damp, infested with vermin. Breathing the vapours of the Thames. Might not be good for the health of the prisoners. You're not talking your way out that way. No, I mean, if you don't mind, before we set out, I'd like to collect a few doses of this and that. Things that might help to settle bad lungs and prolonged coughs. You're asking whether, before we go, you could be allowed to rearrange your collection of drugs and bring some of these drugs with you. That isn't quite how I'd have phrased it. When you stand accused of murdering a man through the use of potent toxins. Oh. For the sake of your future guards and cellmates, I think I must refuse. Okay. Let's ask if Rachel is alright again. How is Rachel doing? Does she have anyone with her? There's her housekeeper, Phoebe, and some friends from her community. They're preparing the body for burial. Can't be left unburied very long. Where's he being buried? They mean to take him to a Jewish graveyard at Ball's Pond. Rachel said there might be a dispute with their Spanish relatives, that their mother was buried somewhere else. But she did not think it would change the outcome. Well, pull yourself together, Archie. That kind of answer's no good to anyone. Ah, don't worry. Maybe you're right. Oh well, we gotta let him go. Horatio, I'll be back as soon as I can. Don't let out my room to anyone else. We won't. Don't fret. We'll get to the bottom of it. Maybe Grizz's high-placed friends at the Ministry will come in handy. It'd be a good thing if they did. There's still dinner on the table, but Horatio doesn't have much appetite. And we've learned of the HMS Undulate, a foreboding former warship converted into a brooding prison hulk. Let's review the day in my journal. Do we have any new things here? Oh, we have to visit Archie to find out a way to reach his publisher directly, because he's in prison now. Learn the origin of the tentacle creatures below. That'll be something I'm going to try and focus on, I think. Interview someone, obviously. Okay. We've learned Beneath London, treated David Landau, tainted drug. We've learned of Phoebe for some reason. Though we didn't know who she was before. 270 days since the fall. We have 3 days remaining in the season of confessions. For a moment after waking, I forget what happened last night. Then it comes back to me. The sight of Archie being taken away. Horatio staring at a plate of uneaten pie the rest of the evening. Strange as it was. And then stumbling back to my own bed. There's no mention of Archie's arrest in the morning's newspaper. I should find out who truly did it. This may be difficult, persuading people to speak to me, figuring out the way through the possibilities. I'll have to craft questions to ask people, the way Archie showed me. It might take some doing. We must catch the true culprit for Rachel's sake. I mean, for all we know, it could be Rachel that's killed him. I fear Archie was framed to stop the exposés. On further thought, it would be better to take an easier path. On second thought, I am most interested in the deeper secrets of the Neath. I mean, that is true. Let's go with to stop the exposés, though, because he is a leaking information to the press. He himself would never say this was a coincidence. Never. I'm looking to put the right person in the hands of the law. I'm concerned even about the killer. I'm looking to see justice served. What will become of London if we don't take some measures to see the right people punished? Find out how David's relations are reacting to his death. But with that bombshell, I think I'm going to end this episode here. In the next episode, we'll either track down the rubbery men, or we shall go and find out what's happening with the Landaus. But either way, thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It really does help. And as always, see you next time.